Greetings, everyone from Seattle, Washington. My name is Anita Ramasastry. I'm a member of the UN Working Group on Business and Human Rights. I want to thank you for all of the work that the defenders who are participating in this conference are doing, your important work, your critical work to defend the rights of people in the region globally. You are brave, you are courageous, and we really honor your work. The working group has been increasingly concerned as we travel around the world to meet with governments and rights holders about the increasing threats to the lives and security of human rights defenders globally. Land defenders, women's rights defenders, human rights defenders, environmental defenders, anti-corruption defenders, journalists. We see that you are under attack, both on the ground, through the court system, and by companies whose work you speak up about. Because of this, the working group recently released new guidance. We take the UN Guiding Principles on Business and Human Rights and their 3 pillars, and we have provided guidance to states, to businesses, and to civil society about how to respect the rights of human rights defenders when there are risks connected to business activity. What does this mean? What it means is that we have additional guidance for governments about the strong actions they need to take to prevent businesses or business partners or governments from engaging in harm to defenders who speak up and speak out about human rights abuses connected to economic activity. That this is key, and this relates to home states and host states. So our guidance provides specific ways and methods and good practices for states to take. Because again, there are national governments, there are regional governments, and there are local governments. There are also international financial institutions and development banks. They have an important role to play in preventing harm and reprisals to defenders who speak up about development projects. So this is important. Governments have responsibility and need to take responsibility. The second piece, however, is the role of business. Businesses may conduct human rights due diligence and may sign up for the guiding principles, but what we are telling them is you need to think about the risks to defenders that arise from your business activity. A business itself may be the source of harm, but it might be a business partner, a local subsidiary, a security company, a local government, that when there is business activity and there are defenders who are speaking up about human rights, there are risks to those defenders, and we have to do something about it. Businesses do. So respect for human rights means respect for the rights of defenders. And what that means in practice is, number one, seeing defenders as important and vital partners who understand the human rights situation in a country, and that these brave and important rights holders need to be consulted at the beginning and become partners with business. The second piece, however, is that human rights due diligence needs to anticipate risks to defenders, and those risks are real. That defenders may be jailed, defenders may be sued, defenders may be attacked, and take steps to prevent and mitigate those harms in places where businesses operate. And it's equally important to think about access to remedy. What are the remedies that a company can provide if a defender is under attack? If they are being sued or pursued, what ways can companies help defenders or speak up or speak to governments that may be involved in the harm? And when we talk about operational level grievance mechanisms or company remedy, are these processes really equipped to deal with the serious issues, the security risks, the confidentiality, the safeguards that are needed if a defender is at risk? The answer for now is no, so we need greater improvement. So the guidance, and it's being formatted in a more user-friendly way, is a roadmap and a set of recommendations. So we hope that the defender community and organizations will use this guidance, will speak to business and government about it, and to invite the working group and others to partner with you in pushing for solutions. The UN Forum, the Global Forum on Business and Human Rights, will have a very important dialogue this year focusing on SLAPP lawsuits. And not only what's the problem, but what is the solution? How are we going to stop this phenomena, reform laws, educate courts and judges and prosecutors so that this doesn't happen? How are we going to work to make sure that development and finance institutions also have appropriate mechanisms to prevent these things? All of this is incredibly challenging. You know this better than any of us do. We just recognize it's a problem, and that we hope that the guidance is a small contribution towards helping solve these problems, these challenges, and these incredible risks to you. Thank you.